When I say Bishop Zipfel is retiring, there's a gloom that comes into our hearts. Bishop Zipfel is retiring. But then try this on for size. Bishop Zipfel is retiring to the University of Mary. There's your big announcement. So when the new bishop arrives, Bishop Zipfel will be moving as well into the St. Joseph Residence for Men. The Bishop Emeritus of the Diocese and the Vocation Director will be living across the hall from each other in a corridor full of faithful young men. Everybody, look at me. Expect big things. There was a lot that we needed to get ready in order for this to happen. We needed to do significant renovations in the student corridor, and we had to construct some living spaces for Bishop Zipfel and Father Richter. In order to do this, we've had fantastic support from many of you here in this room who believe in this dream and what it will mean for vocations in North Dakota and beyond. And first among these is Al and Karen Wolf, who are giving an incredibly generous lead gift to support the project and to really get it going. With Al and Karen's involvement in the Sarah Club for vocations at the local and national level, their steadfast support of priests and sisters throughout the years, we don't know anybody who loves and supports vocations as much as Al and Karen Wolf. And this great initiative will be a lasting legacy of love and devotion for them, for their family. Do you know that as a young man, way back on the day that the wing where we are now building these residence halls, on the day that wing opened, Al Wolf was there, a young man carrying beds into the rooms for the sisters. And he's still here today. He's still here today, ready to serve and to support in any way he can. To Al, to Karen, to all who believe in vocations, to all who are lending a hand to make this happen, I offer thanks on behalf of our students. I salute you. Here you see a picture of the original Annunciation Priory. In the foreground is the bell banner, which is the symbol of the Benedictine Sisters of the Annunciation, a lasting testament, a calling out to service, prayer, and community. Behind you see the west wing, to your left, of the old Annunciation Priory, what is now Boniface Riverview, and what will soon house the St. Joseph Residence for Men, the St. Scholastica Residence for Women. There's an aerial view, and so you can see, do you see the top floor? The top floor over there, all the way to the left, so you see the checkerboard pattern which Marcel Breuer did. On the very far left, on the top floor, where that black screen is, that's where Bishop Zipfel, we found you a closet. The floor below it will be the St. Scholastica Residence for Women. And you'll see on the next slide, here's a floor plan of the major construction for the new residences for the bishop and for the vocation director. Up in the upper right-hand side, in the brown, is the bishop's new apartment. You'll see we have a bedroom and a bathroom and a living quarter with a study, some storage. Below it is the suite for the vocation director, which you'll see that we've intentionally made smaller. You see that, right? In between there, they have a common dining space. That dining space overlooks the city of Bismarck. Bishop can see his soon-to-be former cathedral, the spire there. He can look and he can think of all the trouble that comes across the desk every day and sigh in relief. You're looking forward to that day, aren't you, Bishop? Corresponding to the vocation director's living quarters, the purple up and to the left is a study for him, which is actually a room where he might be able to meet with interested young men about pursuing a vocation to priesthood. And then we have 2 guest rooms for the use of the university, or Bishop Zipfel, or Father Richter in the yellow. Then you'll see in the next slide, going down the corridor, so you see on the far right, you've got the bishop's apartment, the vocation director's apartment, and then all the way down, we'll have 32 young men. Again, this was the residence that our sisters first occupied at the opening of Annunciation Priory. And this floor, and also the floor below it, which will be renovated in much the same fashion, these 2 floors will be strong with the presence of the sisters. And of course, they still continue to pray for us. You see where the little chapel is? The St. Anne's Chapel stands at the center of this floor. There it is. And that's a place where young people will be able to meet and pray and spend time with Christ, considering what it is that he wants for them in their lives.
I remember the day that Father Shea came over to see me and to ask if this would be a possibility, that I would be willing to live on the campus of the university and be with students all around. I had to think about that one. The more I think about it, the more it's in keeping with what I wanted to do with my life here in Bismarck all along, and that is to be with you and to do everything I can and to give all of my energy to what you call me to be. I truly, from the very beginning that I came back in 1996, I meant what I said to my priests when I told them that I was totally committed to them, that it wasn't something that I was doing just for a time and was looking to get out, but rather that I was here for the long haul. And they listened to me, and maybe some of them believed it, maybe they didn't. But it involves not just completing my time, whenever that will be, when we get a new nuncio, whenever that happens. I'm truly happy to be able to respond by doing what I can at the university here. I remember one of the bishops saying to me, "Paul, be careful, don't commit to too much." And I understand that. And I want to be honest about it, that it's going to be something that I will do with all my heart, but I know that there are things that don't work so well anymore, and including up here. Even giving a talk today, I forgot the name of someone, especially Father Tom. He was sitting right there in the sanctuary, and I forgot to mention that he had been the former pastor of the parish where we were celebrating centennial. But that happens to me more and more. But at any rate, I'm delighted to be able to respond positively to being here. I think it gives me a wonderful opportunity to fulfill my own personal call to be everything that I can possibly be for you. So thank you to all of you for who you are and for whom I have gotten to know in these past years. And hopefully God will give me more years of grace to be with you. Thank you.
If I could have written my own script for promoting vocations within the Diocese of Bismarck, it would have been difficult to have dreamed of something more ideal than the St. Joseph's Residence Hall. The opportunities and potential for promoting vocations is almost limitless. It's a vocation director's dream.